Hello everybody. In this video we are going to continue working in our chat application. We already did the first part, that where we are reading the different ROMs and we are able to create new ones and be added automatically, thus getting saved to our database already. And whenever we click any of those rooms, we go directly to the route that we need to go with that particular ID. Now we need to load that room in here. So we need to do several things, and I want to start doing the UI. In here, what I'm planning to do is having like another list of rooms on my left, like a drawer probably, selection menus. Then in the main content, the main area, we have the message going in. But again, to the bottom, I want to have my, like some kind of probably a footer. It's going to be easier, where it's going to be always positioned on the bottom with the form to add a new message, really similar as how we added a new room over here. So let's start with the room section. So for that, you're going to create a new file in a new view called the room, and that room need to be specified in our application. So we need to specify the room over here with the different that's going to be room / and I believe it's going to be a simple colon ID. That means that this element is dynamic and we're able to access this element in our application. Of course, we need to import it in order to use it. And now we have we need to log in. Let's actually go there. Let's open one. Now we are loading the room part. It's empty right now, that's why we are not looking at anything. So let's fill it out. Name, room, and let's put a simple, oh my god, I don't know how to select. Let's put a simple h1 hello there. Okay, let's see, there you go, hello there. So that means this is working, and that means we can actually go to row.params.id. we are pretty much getting this element from here, so we are able to read it. So we did that thing. What I want to do is pretty much like go to the database and retrieve the name element and put it on the top. It's pretty much what I want to do. So let me start working, and the first thing that I need to add, and everything is in the Vuetify documentation, I need to add a drawer. So I need to do a V navigation drawer. Perfect. This one needs to be part of my application. That is going to help me about putting the drawer where it's supposed to be. I want to be a permanent, so I want always show in that drawer, and I want to be clipped. That means that's going to be down the main, how can I say, the main navigation. Let's try to go there. Didn't work. Let me refresh. You know what, I'm getting tired of that, so let me actually add Vuex persistent. Let's just remember how to put it there. That's to keep our user always store. Vuex persist. No, this is another one. Persistence, I believe. It was the one I don't remember anymore. installation. There's no, we need to transpile it. No, it's not this one. Vuex local storage persistence persist view persist state. I believe this one is. Yes, this one is the one that I was looking for. So we just need to yarn at the view persistence. We go to a store. We import. Actually, let's how they call it. Create a persistent state from here. And they put it at the end as a plugin. At the end, after actions. So we do that, we should be fine. Let me just test it. Let me log out. Let me refresh just in case. Let me log in. If I refresh, I'm staying there. This is what I needed. So let me add that one, and this we need to add the links that we added is actually, let's do a particular commit. I want to show you that too. That is going to be cool. Well, it's going to be really simple actually. So I want to commit my package because the one who had the view persistent state that we just installed. My yarn log because I'm using yarn. I add that, and my index for my store because we're actually imported. And I'm not adding those two extra because I'm not finished yet with the room. Just adding those one for the view persistent. I added persisted state. Boom! I just commented those, and this one is still waiting for be committed. Let me close everything, and let's actually continue working. So now we can see that the drawer is already there. Ready neat. We need to have some kind of container. There you go. And this one is just put it like class of red or not. Ooh, I forget how actually the names are in Vuetify. Actually, let's put a class error, I believe. No? Oh, I can have only one element at the top. I have it too, that's why I'm having issues. So I need to grab everything inside a div, because in Vue, something is that after a template, I can have only one node. That node can have any children that we want, but our main node is always need to be only one. That's something really important with Vue 2. This is going to change with Vue 3, but we are not there yet. So we try that. We can see that that one is already there. Perfect. And we need to have a footer. I believe it's like this. And in our footer, we just wanted to have to be, let's save it. We can see that little the bottom here, but I want it to be a really bottom. Well, let me remove my taskbar. Perfect. I need to have it absolute. This will help me to, whenever I'm scrolling, this is always going to be shown there, so we can see that it's already at the bottom. If I put some content here, we can see that it's actually there. Perfect. Let's put a color, probably gray, I don't know, lighten for, just to have like a color there. It's really light. Content. There you go. That's going to be my footer. So in my footer, and let me actually start with that one. What I want to have is a text field. And this text field, actually we can finish it like this. The text field is going to have color that give you success. have that green line over there. Perfect. Let's add a label. That label is going to be new message. And I need to close it. So we have the new message there. Perfect. And we can actually have a button and it's called send. Perfect. And this button, let's actually put the same color as success. This colors came from Vuetify. So we have this one over there. Nice. Let's create a Vue method called add. Right now it's not going to do anything, but whenever we click this message, it's going to be add something, and whenever we change our content, you can actually just hit enter. We're going to add something too. Oh, need to close it. There you go. So we're going to execute those. Perfect. And we need to have a data element, and let's call new message. That is going to be an empty string. And this one's going to do a B model of new message. So whenever we type here, it's going to be already there. Cool. Now let's work with our drawer. So we have this piece already done, and I believe it's, yeah, I like it how it is. Probably can do the same light gray to the drawer. Let's try it. So let's just get my color and put it in my drawer. Let's see if that actually works. There you go. So we have the drawers, and this one is color, and we have the content where we're going to see our main message. Let me remove this class error because I don't want colors in there. Perfect. So in my drawer, what I want to start working with my drawer is I need to have a list item, and this list item we have a list item content, and from here we're going to have a list item title, and let me just put it like room name is going to be here. So the room name, wherever we are, is going to be here. It's going to be the room name that we're going to be pulling from the database. That looks a little short, so let's actually do class equal title. Yeah, looks a little bit better. And let's actually my room, and because it came in from a database, it has several elements. It has like an ID, and it has like a name, and it have like a created at. So I'm just created at. Let's put like just a new date. This needs to have a comma. And this actually is going to be room.name. So we have the room, but at the beginning in our database, this room is going to be loaded, and after it gets loaded, it's going to appear. So if we keep it like that, we can see here it will remove the room information. It's actually not doing anything. Oh, okay, let's keep it then like this. It's working. Cool. So after we have the room name, let's call it amazing. And I want to have the word room to be like here in the bottom. It depends, like first room or their room or hello room, or whatever room name that we actually have. So we need to specify that too. And for specify it, we have the title already. So we just need to add the subtitle. List item subtitle. Again, this came from Vuetify. You need to verify that documentation. And let's call it just room. So the amazing room, or if we change this one to other room, whatever. So we have that room in there. After we have those rooms, I believe after my list item, I just want to have a divider. The divider we are like at that particular line, and then I want to add the rest of the rooms over here. So how we add those rays on the no, it's going to be like a navigation menu, and it's going to be a list too. So we actually do build list again, but the difference list is a navigation, just to make sure that we are doing that. And we have the v list item, and from each item we have a v list content and v list item title. And actually this content is v list item content, no v list content. And let's put amazing, for example. So our list of room is going to be right here. And let me put that G in there. And whenever new room I want to be adding, pretty much you need to repeat the this list item element, and we can have like the list of the rooms in there. It's pretty much how I want to see it. But we know that we don't need to repeat this. That means that we can have element rooms, and it's going to be an array, and from this array we can have several elements. So we can have ID 1, name, amazing, for example, and ID 2, name, other, so we can have those elements there. And then that means that we can do a v-for. So we do a v-for room in rooms, where my key going to be my room ID. There you go. So we have to repeat it 2 times, but instead of printing amazing, it's going to be printing my room name, amazing and other. But also those room is actually a link that's going to, and it's a dynamic link. That's why I put in that column at the beginning, that will be sending me to my room. Actually it's going to be sending me, oh my god, I need to open this quote. Perfect. Actually I need to open the backlip. Room, and then I will use my literal. That's going to be my room ID. That means if I click on amazing, that I have an ID of 1, send me there, another have ID 2. Perfect. So we have that navigation there, we have those messages, and probably we don't need to finish the contents that we want to add over here. Of course, we're going to be creating a new element called message, and of course this one needs to be an array, and from that array we can have something real simple as, let's actually put like a couple of messages. Every message have an ID, and let's put text is going to be first message, and let's actually put the author And let's put this in my name, for example. And let's actually copy this and paste it again. Let's put second and another guy. So I have a couple of messages over there, and then we can actually pour those messages in my container. So on my container, what I want to do is just a simple div element where I want to have a bit with my, for example, it's going to be, and this container is going to be repetitive. So it's another before, and we for message in message. I'm being lazy right now. Message, and let's actually put it there. Message in messages. Of course, my key need to be my message ID. Remember, we need to always have a key. It needs to be distinctive. And from that message ID, the only things that I need to have there is to put actually, let's put that created at there because I want to add it. So message dot outer. So we see who actually put those messages there, and we can have this as a class of overline, I believe. It's like a small text. There you go. So this guy on message dot created at on this particular time, it creates one particular message. And what message it create? The message.text. So Ross Roman put first message, another guy put second message. I'm being really simple here with the layouts, something really simple, not to overcomplicate. The only thing here that this time I don't like it, it's just too big, so I can actually just convert that time to local date to local string. To local string. There you go. I just give me the date and the time that we created this particular message. So we have the layout pretty much done. So now we can start working with the information that we need. So we need to import. After we have the overlay, let's actually put it room UI ready. And now let's actually put the logic and the connection. So we need to import and let's just import, remember, our database from our Firebase elements plugin. That's in the plugins area, Firebase, and we're going to do something about it. So for the methods, I will use the mounted, and from the mounted, I want to do actually mounted, not like that. Let be mounted. There you go. I want to execute the bind function, and that function is going to be here in my method called bind, and it's going to be asynchronous. I need to do a couple of things. Asynchronous. There you go. So let me delete my message for now. Let me delete my rooms, and let me remove the current room. That's how it's going to be like an empty object for now. So our binding, we need to have 3 different bindings to have. The first one, and the more simpler, is going to be to bind the current room with something like this. So we're going to bind a room variable that we have in the data with my collection of rooms, but I will be selecting the document that have the route parameter here, and this is actually this route. There you go. I will add my parameters ID, my ID parameters that have that particular route. So we can see it over here. Oh, that one doesn't exist. So let me select this, and we see that the first is actually working. Let's get the hello, and the hello is the one to get rendered. So all those rooms are getting there. So it's working and it's supposed to do what it's supposed to. Cool. Now let me handle my rooms. And that one is going to be the same way that we did it before. So my room is a collection of rooms ordered by those ones. And we have all the rooms over here. And it's going to be a tricky part here. And I want to show you that. If I click to 2, we see that it's actually changed, but this element is not doing what it's supposed to. What is not doing it? Because what is changing is our object or room object, the one that is rendered here. Vue doesn't handle that persistent pretty well. So we need to add a watcher. And a watcher is it's a function that is going to pay attention when something in particular happen. And what is that something particular that happen? Is called this element. So whenever this actually changes, I want to rebind again my room. So this was already binded to our old one. So whenever I click this one, I want to bind this element with the one that I just clicked over here. So one of the simple places is to watch whenever my route change to bind that element that I need. Something really simple is going to be like this. Just after my data, I will do my watcher, and my watcher is going to be really simple, and it's going to be a empty function. So it's going to watch my route param ID, and from that I will create a function. That this function, what it's going to do is as simple as rerun this bind. Whenever my parameter ID is actually changed, I do need to run my binding. So that means if I click here, that'll get changed. If I click here, that'll get changed. Hello, we get changed, and it's doing everything that it's supposed to, without something extra that I don't like. As you can see, everything gets like, how can I say, flickering, because I'm binding everything again. So I don't want to bind everything, I just want to bind this element over here. That means that probably I can just copy over this and put it here. Just bind the room element, leave the others as it is, and this needs to be a synchronous function, of course. So you select 2. I don't have that flicker anymore, and the room name is actually changing as it's supposed to. Pretty cool, right? So now that we have those elements there, we need to bind our message. And it's going to be a little bit more tricky. So I will bind my message, and from my message what I'm going to do is going to get me my message collections. I will check that the room ID, because I will be saving that, is going to be equal to my route, forget about this, parameters ID, and I will order it by creating that. So will this actually start doing some adding my message in there. Before doing that, let's actually start saving those messages. So let's actually start getting those messages where it's supposed to be. And I will copy the function over here, and I will show you what it's actually doing. This is asynchronous, and I will create a room reference. And this room reference I'm going to, actually I don't need to create this room reference. Yeah, let's create it just in case. No, actually no. I'm doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing here. Let me check. I did something that I'm not supposed to. So let me actually delete this. Sorry for that. We already have the room information that we need. So I need to create a reference for or creating a new message. And for that is just as simple as a wait. And let me just call if statement. If this dot new message is different as an empty string, so I can proceed. Why I didn't like it? Because I don't have anything. Yes, empty block. So I'm just going to await my database collection. I will get my message. And I will get where oh, that's why. This is why. I need to create a reference to where I'm going to be saving that information. So I will save it as a reference. That reference is going to get my message. I'm going to check that my room ID equal to that one, and I will retrieve that element. After I retrieve it, I get that particular element. What I want to do here is I can imagine I didn't. You know what? I was copying the wrong information. Sorry for that. Again, this is the third time. It looks like I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, I went something really weird. So I will add a message in my message collection. I will set the room ID to be this one, author to be my current author, my message is going to be my new message, and created add is going to be a new date. And then I will empty those messages in there. So that means if I call, let me remove that and put it here, first message, we have an issue, something didn't like it, let's verify that. Yes. Oh, there you go. If you have this kind of issue in asking us that requires an index, just click on the link and Firebase is going to do an index for us. So leave it at running, create index. It will take a couple of minutes, leave it built in there. It doesn't harm, and because our information is actually really empty, it's going to be really simple to handle. Something that I'm missing here, I'm not getting my user. I need to specify my user. So for that, I need to get it from my getters. So let me map my getters. And after my data, I will have my be computed elements, and for my computed element, I will get my user for that. And I believe with that we already have access to the user. So this is going to be showing that it's good building, but it's pretty much almost done. Let's try again. Let's do first message, and it's done. Let's refresh our database to see if it's actually working. And we can see the message is getting there. Second message. The second message is getting there. Message in another room that is getting saved here, and we can see that the room ID is different, and these two are the same room ID because saving do the same. So that's actually working, but we still have an issue that we cannot actually get that information through here. So let's actually see what's happening. This is the console, and this is the errors. So let's go to the chat, let's go to the first, and we'll still see that it requires an index. Let's actually execute that index to see what it needs. Well, the index has already been built, so that means it's not there yet. So I will pause the video for some minutes until waiting that this index it gets created the way that it's supposed to. So let's give it some minutes. Perfect. So my index is already there. You can see I have a message here that it was already done, and I can see that that index is already created. So I can select this, and let's actually go to home. Let's refresh, and let's go to the first one, and we saw that two messages are getting there, and this one, oh, it's actually not happening. And let me tell you that it's not happening because we need to rebind the message section. So that means that everything that we did for binding the message need to be run again, and probably it's a better way to do it, like in a different function. But for now, because I'm being really lazy, I put that running after my ID change. Perfect. So that message is there, those two messages are there. And I cannot see the text yet because I saved it as a message. I didn't save it as a text. So let me correct that. I'm saving the message as a message, not as a text. So that means that here we need to print the message. Getting redundant message, sorry for that. But now we have the first message with a typo, as always. The second message, and then to message in another room. So we're getting the message the way that it's supposed to be. This is pretty neat. One last thing that probably we can do, actually nothing. I believe we finish it. Now we need to see if it's actually doing in the real time. We saw that already in the database. So let me actually put this on my left, let me put this on the right, and let me open the again. Oh, because it's getting the same. Let me open an incognito window. So let me log in with the user with email, and I put my Roman B. There you go. My name is going to be Rodolfo Roman STC. That way I'm going to identify those. I put my really complex password. I go to the first, and I see that those messages are getting there. So whenever I type something on the right, we can see that it gets loaded in the left too. Pretty neat, right? Pretty awesome. So that means that we are able actually to handle those the way that it's supposed to. Let me try something else. We have a warning here. What is it? Room is already declared in the upper scope. Oh. This one didn't like it because it was already here, so let's actually change this to R, probably. And we can see that actually working, and we don't have errors. As you can see here, I have a local address. So I will try to open my phone and go into that particular website. Let me try it. Give me a minute. So let me type 192.168.0.7 port 8080. There you go. I can see it now. So let me do something really cool. And because I'm in my Mac computer, I can mimic I'm sorry for this, but I'm doing some adjustment. I will connect my phone to my computer. I'm doing that right now. And I can open my QuickTime player. And from here I can do new movie recording, I believe. And I can select my phone there. Perfect. So this is actually for my phone, as you can see it right now. So if I move it, you will see that it's actually moving the way that it's supposed to, right? So it's doing everything that it needed. So let me log in. Oh, this login is not authorized. So let me go to my Firebase console. I need to add this domain to be part of my chat application. I'm probably going to be better if I go to my Firebase consoles to the left. Sorry for that. I have it here. So let me go to my project, go to my app here. Now, so let's go to home, authentication, sign in methods, authorize the domain. Perfect. So let's add 192.168.0.7. Let me add it. Perfect. And then let me click dismiss. Let me try again. Probably it's going to take a while. Let me refresh it. Okay, it's allowing me to log in. So I have my rooms here. Let me select one. So those rooms are getting there. As you can see it, I have like some kind of mobile app working the way they're supposed to. So let me put something on the room number 3, and oh, we have an issue. There you go. I had in that, and this is actually, I'm in the room. Which room? I'm in room 3. So if I type something in my phone, let me get rid of this thing over here. I don't know, that's going to work perfect. And I could do hello from phone, send it. You get sent it there, perfect. You get sent it twice, something they probably click it twice. Well, my phone is sent it twice over there. I need to check that. And this one is sent it once. Probably because I have the user logged in here too. Let me log out. And let me just open this one again. Hello. There you go. And I can see from Rodolfo Roman is there. I write just this, and I can respond here, and you will see that the response is going to be looked at my phone right away. And I can continue working and doing typing. All the information is going to be saved, and I will show it in the application. So that way we're able to create a chat application that's actually pretty neat. Well, it's simple, right? But we were able to handle and we see how the process gets synchronized with that, thanks with the magic of Firebase gave us to us. So I hope that you like it. Something that will require for you guys for this video lab is to deploy this application in your front-end app. Remember, authorize the DNS entry in the app. So hope that you like it. Any question or any doubt, don't hesitate to reach me, guys. So finish it, app. You will have access to the source code if you have any question. So for now, happy coding, everybody.